Hi, my name is Damali, the Glitter Priestess, and today we're talking about pleasure as a daily practice. So, the idea for me of pleasure as a daily practice evolved out of one of my intentions for 2015. I don't do New Year's resolutions anymore. At the beginning of each year or the end of each year, I come up with intentions for the year. It's like a guiding principle or a couple of guiding principles that guide me through the year. So one of those intentions evolved into pleasure as a daily practice. So what that means for me is that I'm finding ways to bring sensual pleasure into every single day, meaning the five senses. This could look differently for each person because what brings me pleasure is not necessarily going to be what brings you pleasure, but I'm just going to give you some examples from my own life in this past week. On Tuesday, I decided to buy myself a bouquet of flowers because that's something that I love. I love flowers. And I had a stressful day, so I decided to buy myself some flowers. It didn't have to be that it was a stressful day, and that's the only reason why I should do it, but that happens to be the way that it played out in that moment. And it's also just making things look visually pleasing, the way that I arrange my meals. It could be something very simple, but just the way that it's arranged on the plate. Also, those same flowers that I bought myself a bouquet of flowers on Tuesday. A couple days later, they start wilting. That's why buying a bouquet of flowers isn't that good because really you're just wasting flowers are getting murdered for no reason. But anyway, a couple days later, those flowers began to wilt and dry out. And so I sprinkled my bed with rose petals and I slept on rose petals, which was also a really lovely pleasure for myself. And that's an exercise that was inspired by going to a goddess circle with Emily Tepper last year. And one of the exercises that we did was that we meditated covered in rose petals. And after I did that with her, I brought some of the roses home and sprinkled them on my bed and realized that that was something very lovely because roses are filled with love energy and self-love energy, and so it's just beautiful and they're really pretty. So it's a nice treat. What else? Also, adornments. That brings me great pleasure. Maybe for you it's something else. It might be very different for you, but for me, that brings me great pleasure. Adorning myself, listening to beautiful music, listening to guided meditations. I've been listening to these guided meditations that my sister Abiola sells. They're amazing. They're inspiring. She has meditations for abundance and forgiveness and receiving and all of these different intentions. Oprah and Deepak Chopra also have amazing guided meditations. And that can also mean just listening to music that's uplifting. Some years ago when I was at a healing circle and one of my circle sisters, Paola, realized that I was like really wallowing in negative emotion, and she was like, I bet you have a playlist of songs that help you wallow in sadness, but do you have a playlist of songs that help lift you up? And she was totally right. I did not have such a playlist. So after that, I made my anthems playlist. And that is a playlist full of songs that completely lift me up, that I often listen to in the morning as I'm getting ready to go. And it has the songs that get me going, which probably may not be the same songs that get you going. It has a lot of Kanye West. It has some Patti LaBelle singing gospel, Are You Ready for a Miracle? It has Fantasia singing a gospel song. It has Michael Jackson. It has Whitney Houston. It has Mary J. Blige, Just Fine. But whatever. It should be whatever songs lift you up and can get your energy going and raise your vibration. So that's it for now. I will probably talk a lot more about this another time because it's something that I can go on and on and on about. If you have other ideas for ways of bringing pleasure into your life, please share with me because I'm always, always, always open to pleasure. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. And I wish you all the pleasure in the world. Imagine a world of pleasure. Instead of creating a world of war and anger and hostility, we could be creating a world of pleasure. It's up to us. It's our choice what kind of world we want to live in. Hello, people. Let's do this.